Hi, this is Diane Lovetobake, and what we're going to make are, well, we're going to make cinnamon rolls, but the filling that we're going to put in the cinnamon rolls is carameled pears. If you are looking for any type of pastry filling or pie filling or ice cream topping, please check out my recipe on caramelized pear filling. And in fact, that's why I'm going to do this video, is because I have leftover pear filling and I'm going to use it. If you're also looking for any type of pastry filling, I have cherry and apple and peach also, so please check that out. First of all, to make the sweet dough for the rolls, I made it in my bread maker, so I'm going to give you the ingredients, and everything will be below the video and instructions. 4½ cups of all-purpose flour, 1/3 cup of granulated sugar, 1½ teaspoons, 4½ teaspoons, 4½ teaspoons of yeast, 1 teaspoon of salt, 1/2 cup of water, 1/3 cup of butter that's been melted and cooled, and 2 eggs that were beaten and also at room temperature. And I made the dough on my dough cycle on my bread maker, and you'll get 2 pieces out of them. This is just a half, so it'll be double this, okay? And I'm just going to put a little flour on my countertop here, and then I'm just going to roll this out. Now these cinnamon rolls, they're going to have, because I'm using the caramelized pear filling that I have, there is cinnamon in it, and nutmeg, and brown sugar, so there's, you know, a lot of nice spices in there, so I really don't have to add anything to my sweet dough other than the filling. So I just want to get this rolled out, and I'm going to really try to make a square out of this, but it's taking a little bit more stretching. This makes a really nice sweet dough. As you can see, it's nicely to handle it. It's not difficult. Okay, so I'm just stretching it out, as you can see, like this. Okay. Whoops. Oh, I tore that. Okay. Alright, let me bring this in a little bit here. It doesn't have to be perfect. Alright, there we go. And I took, you know, it's probably a little less than half of my whole recipe here. And what I did was, though, I did cut the pears up because they can't be too big or too large. So I didn't dice them, but I just, you know, kept them in smaller pieces. Okay. And now I'm going to just put the pears on top of the sweet dough. And if the pear pieces are too large, again, I'm just going to take my spoon and, you know, cut them smaller. Okay, and I'm going to use this all up. Okay, and then I'm just going to spread this out. I'm going to try to leave the edges without it. Now when you're rolling these, if you find that you have too much filling, just start, you know, pulling it out. taking it out. There's just too much when you start rolling it. Sometimes it's just hard to tell till actually you do it. Okay. And there we go. Okay. You don't have to be real fussy with it. Okay. And I'm going to start on the long end, and I'm going to start this way because I think you're going to be able to see better. And just roll it up into a jelly roll style. This is where it gets a little bit tricky, is on the ends here. So everything kind of wants to come out here. I'm going to pull that towards me. And if it does seem like you have too much filling, like I said, just take some out of there. I still might, depending on this next roll here. Okay, and then I'm just kind of pushing it under the sweet dough here. Okay. And right over to the seam. Okay, and now with a little bit more flour, I'm going to roll this towards me where the seam is. Whoops. Okay. There we go. There's a little excess. Okay. All right. I'm just going to fold the edges in. A little bit's going to come out. That's okay. And then I'm just going to pinch the seam together and then just fold the other side like a package. Okay. And then I'm going to dust just with a little bit of flour because my dough has got a little bit too much moisture right now. So, okay, I'm going to roll it over, kind of stretch out that dough and the filling. And I'm going to put a little bit of flour on my hands. Okay. There we go. Okay, so we got a nice little log here. And now we want to cut these. Now what I like to do is, this is a 9-inch pan that I have heavily greased. I like to cut mine with string. You can go ahead and use a sharp knife. I generally get 9 rolls out of this, and then I just lay them in the pan, and they are going to spread out, so I don't put them really too close together. They do have to double in size, and that's going to take you probably anywhere from 40 minutes to an hour, that type of thing. Just put a piece of plastic wrap over it, or a clean towel, kitchen towel. If some of the filling, falls out a little bit, just kind of push it back in with your clean hands. Whoops. That one didn't come out real well. Let me get a knife here. There we go. Now just kind of sneak that filling back in. Okay. There we go. Let's go back to the string again. And as I mentioned, I get about 9 out of these. But again, you're going to get 2 pieces of dough, so you can double that in your rolls. But you get the idea on cutting them. Okay. There we go. All right, let's just do Let's just do one more here. And I'm cutting them about, I think they're probably about 2 inches. Okay, I got a little too much filling on that one. But I'm gonna put that in there anyway. Okay, let me rinse my hands quickly here. Now you're going to bake these at 375 degrees, and they're going to take you anywhere from 20 to 25 minutes, okay? Once you take them out of the oven though, you know, put the pan on a cooling rack till you're ready to, I like to ice them. I use powdered sugar with some milk. If you don't have milk, you can use water to the consistency, how thick or thin that you want it. But you get the idea is that I didn't put them real close together. I want them to have room to rise. And I do get 9, or a total recipe, I get 18 out of them. Okay? And then remember to, you know, put a piece of plastic wrap or towel over them to help them rise. Now, I have them to show you what they look like once they are baked up. And this is how they will turn out. I went ahead, as I mentioned, and I put a sugar glaze with powdered sugar and milk over them, and they come out absolutely beautiful. And you can see the pears, the caramelized pears inside the sweet roll or cinnamon roll. They make such a pretty presentation, and they are a great tasting cinnamon roll. They really are. They are extremely light. They're not real heavy or dense. Let me get one of these out for you to show you what they look like. You can see that beautiful pears in there with the icing. It really makes for such a delicious treat with a cup of coffee or a glass of milk or a cup of tea, that type of thing. Well, if you give this recipe a try and you like it, leave a comment, because I always like to hear from you. And as always, I want to thank you for watching Diane Lovetobake. Please subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you soon.